that the United States government and other global governments intend to enact might lead to unprecedented growth in the cryptocurrency business in the coming years. If this does materialize, it will also be fantastic in every way, but if you want to notice any changes, you need to pay attention to a few key signs. Click the button as quickly as possible because you will not experience any of these benefits unless you address these indicators. How about we watch the movie and find out what, Tom, you are probably aware that I believe Bitcoin may have been experiencing issues earlier this year due to some deleveraging. However, Lee eventually admits that they are caught because the same people are bidding on the same money. Institutional investors who are just selling off assets could be the target audience. The weekend sales in particular contributed to the suppression of Bitcoin, in my opinion. But I believe Bitcoin will overtake gold now that deleveraging is complete. You know, Bitcoin's price hit over 110,000. Therefore, I believe it has a lot of room to grow as a intangible resource. You should be cognizant that unpredictability is still and will continue to be the key to success if you participate in the equity markets and find stocks appealing. Is the VIX peak you mentioned for April 7th still valid, in your opinion? It will be challenging to maintain the current level of worry all over again because of this. Despite everyone pointing fingers at the Fed, I still don't think we've hit rock bottom in terms of misery, but I do believe we've passed the point of maximum uncertainty. The truth is that I still hold out hope that markets will be wary due to the economic implications, but I also think it will be difficult to recreate that. The application of a structural load seems to have occurred at this stage. There has been a lot of worry about tariffs, but it is beginning to subside, and the market is showing signs of a nice bounce, all while Bitcoin's price has risen to as high as the fact that there was a little window of opportunity to purchase coins for $95,000, 0 cents, made many people extremely happy, especially since we are once again getting close to those record high values that are higher than $100, 0 cents per coin. If we are able to achieve that level, the cryptocurrency space will be experiencing some amazing things again. I think we're in the midst of a perfect storm right now because the European Union and the Federal Reserve are both planning to reduce interest rates and boost the money supply at the same time. A lot of the money that people lost because of the trade war and tariffs can be recouped. Keep in mind that there are a few more factors to think about besides the ones just listed. Because of this, we will be able to trade in a way that takes advantage of this, allowing us to make a tidy profit during the inevitable short-term fluctuations. Furthermore, there will be a confluence of factors occurring at the same time. It's hard for me to say whether I really believe that one may gain a lot more. So you don't believe this to be true, you should know that people were terrified. We need to know the Fed's and government actions, as well as the market's reactions in this case. Are you implying that we need to know the specifics of whether the S&P 500 index has reached a market bottom and we have lost 14% since then, or something along those lines? Will this be the complete and utter collapse that some people are suggesting, similar to previous significant pauses? I mean, to say that another location where stocks are traded is the New York Stock Exchange. If my memory serves me correctly, it was you who rang the bell. Indeed, our company will be striking the bell at the New York Stock Exchange this morning. Our most recent earnings were 4,800, which was our lowest ever. At 9:30, we confessed that we loved them, and we did, but you're really into it when one of your ETFs hits $1 billion,
Right.
0 cents. I'm already shooting from below using what is known as the granny shot, because you'll know what a grandmother is. Oh, I see. You could increase the amount of backspin on and hey, the specialist who worked with Barry Perry on it, your grandma shots, on the other hand, are stocks that either never go down or have a very hard time going down. Despite their harmfulness, they are associated with the NBA, which has acknowledged them as one of the greatest free throw shooters in the sports history. Primary concepts: augmented reality, cybersecurity, and millennial structural challenges are just a few examples of the most essential topics that will be around for the next decade. We also look for companies that have strong ties to many themes, so they have a greater chance of, because such stock has more potential for success. The aforementioned argument is supported by the fact that Bitcoin, exchange-traded funds, ETFs, and other ETFs have recently experienced some of their largest inflows and outflows. Looking over the months of January and December makes it absolutely clear that these figures were particularly shocking in November, when the election supercycle was at its height. Nevertheless, as we head into April and the month's end, it's clear that a slew of new inflows are starting to appear, mirroring what we saw in November, at least in the beginning days, or even in October, which is something we found out very lately. Simply put, the fact that capital is flooding back into the markets and liquidity is skyrocketing is indicative of people's willingness to take more risk when investing their own money. Word that is incredibly encouraging and is leading us in the correct route. Well done. The increase in the amount of money that is actually available, nevertheless, is the most crucial component. Keep in mind that every time the market for cryptocurrencies experiences a dip, there is a tremendous gain. Barring some kind of catastrophic black swan occurrence, a larger quantity of currency is now in circulation. This occurs approximately 6 weeks following the initial increase in the money supply, to answer your question. Whatever you call it, it's going to be the driving force behind the current bull run, and the one that follows in 4 years, when the price of XRP, which you may think of as $200, 0 cents per coin, will be decided. Yes, that is a